Hey YouTube, well, I just want to get this little clip of this baby gecko going through its first shed. Basically, when you're raising hatchlings, you have to not have any food in there. I'm going to start off with the dishes. You have to have a water dish, number one. Have it shallow. Bottle caps work really good. That's what I find works. Don't have a lot of water in there the first day. They might get tired, and if they put their head in there, it might be really bad. But the second day, you could fill it up a little bit more, but don't put too much. It's very little. It's maybe about that much water in there. But yeah, and then the other dish I just put in here to begin with, so that the baby will get used to the dish and be comfortable with it. So when you put food in there, the gecko will be all set and she will be more comfortable and won't stress her out as much. And when you're feeding geckos, you can't feed them as soon as they hatch because they won't eat. But when you're dealing with hatchlings, you have to wait till they go through their first shed. So this gecko's actually in its first shed right now. I've never actually seen a gecko go into its first shed or even go in its first shed, but I know it happens, and I'll show you in a later video on how it happens. This one's hatchmate is probably going to be able to eat tomorrow, I'm thinking, but I'll show you what you do on that. So this one's going through her first shed, and then we'll wait a little while, and yeah, so I'll show you what we do after this gecko goes through its first shed. Hey YouTube, well, this video will be for how to raise your hatchling leopard geckos, and it's also a requested video. Right here, as you see, the gecko pooped green. This is kind of what it looks like. I'm going to try to hold it steady. So that's what it looks like. And once you see the green poop, normally, well, all the time, it means good to go. That's what I found. And what I do is I start feeding then, because it shows that your geckos went through the first shed and they're all good to eat and stuff. So I'll show you what I do. So I get my bottle cap first, pretend there's no mealworms in it, and I get 5 mealworms. Now you can pretend that there's mealworms in it. So you put the 5 mealworms in there. I don't put vitamins and stuff in here yet. I want to make sure that my geckos are eating and they'll be able to see the mealworms easily. So I kind of leave it for the first couple days, and then I'll put it in, I have vitamins in there with mangoes. So, yep. And then this other one, I just want to show you a different poop. This guy actually pooped before his sibling. It's kind of a weirder poop, but you can tell it's green. He didn't really eat his shed, so that's probably why, as you can see. I know, because the shed's right there. So yeah, he's all good to go. He actually pooped first. He pooped last night. I saw it that I went to bed. But he got 5 mealworms put in here this morning, and yeah, the other one's in there somewhere, I believe. Yeah, it's a white one. Yeah. So 5 mealworms in there for her. That's not him. But that's pretty much what I do. When I see the green poop, it shows me that they went through their first shed. When I have them, besides, I'll go from, when I find them in the incubator. When I find them in the incubator, what I'll do is I'll put them in here. I always have a humid hide. I use paper towel, with my humid hides. I find it works really well. I wouldn't do perlite, especially, or anything else like moss with babies. I would just do paper towel. It's a safe substrate. They'll get their humidity, and yeah. And same thing with substrate. Always use paper towel. Next, you always want to have a water bowl, and you want it to be filled. I find it works really well. Bottle caps work really good. They're probably one of the best. And then I also leave in the food dishes so that the babies will be accustomed to them, and they'll just be easily getting used to eating out of the food bowls. So that's why I leave in the food bowls, and I'll leave them empty until they have these green poop. And then they'll start eating, and then I'm good to go. So that's pretty much how I do it, and then I'll just clean out the paper towel, yeah, I gotta clean out this paper towel. now. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed how to raise hatchlings, little tips that I gave you. There isn't really a lot to it. It's pretty simple and straightforward. I found with my method that works for me. Once you see green poop, you can put mealworms in. So that's pretty much what I find works for me. Yeah, so comment, rate, and subscribe.